From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
Friday, March 5th, 2021, and it's noontime here on Lalate. The vote on your $1,400 third stimulus check bill continues today and will be finished on Saturday. The bill could become a law and signed by the President of the United States as early as Saturday. Third stimulus check excitement grows as jobs numbers are in beating estimates, but the 10-year bond yield surges to 1.6% as tech stocks slumped initially, but now the Dow is changing pace. Dow's up 429 just minutes ago. Nasdaq is now rallying 100 points. This now sets in path a place and time to get your $14 stimulus check in your bank account as early as this coming week. A nation awaits your $1,400 third stimulus check, which could be arriving as soon as Tuesday and Wednesday. We have all the great news from across the land as the first hour of Noontime L8 starts right now.
From LA Late News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report.
A tumultuous day on Wall Street as it opened slightly flat initially with the Dow down up 26 points, Nasdaq down 200 points initially, but that's all changed. Dow is now rallying up 429 points, Nasdaq up 100 points. This is amid the jobs number released this morning, beat estimates that show that we may not be back to full employment for 17 months. But the great news is that your $1,400 third stimulus check bill is on the Senate floor for a vote right now. The vote will continue tomorrow, and it'll become law as early as tomorrow. How are you? It's noontime. Congratulations. You're getting a $1,400 third stimulus check. Wow, you deserve it. It's been a run. It's been a run, hasn't it? Your $1,400 third stimulus check bill is on the Senate floor right now. They're doing something that's called the Vote-A-Rama. It was a 1970s pop group before that. It's actually called the Vote-A-Rama, and it takes a little bit of time. The vote starts today. It'll finish tomorrow. It'll pass. It's been confirmed that all 50 senators are voting in favor of the bill. Done deal. It's done. Passed. Then back to the House. Pass as early as tomorrow. And then you have a delicious $1,400 third stimulus check bill landing on the president's table as early as Saturday. I will be live with you with the developments as it happens. And this could be your visual. A law. A law as early as Saturday. Congratulations. You're getting a $1,400 stimulus check. But there's so much other breaking news today. First, I'll go over in this recording what else is in that $1,400 stimulus check, that third stimulus package. Alicia, thank you for the dancing pair. I'll go over what else is in that stimulus package, how you can get $5,000 on top of the $1,400. I'll go over the push for multiple stimulus checks. Oh, yeah. And then I'll go over this jobs numbers today and the Treasury yields and why that's now signaling not just for stimulus, but this stimulus. A lot of exciting, great news across the land. I'm so glad you're here. Who is in the room? Who do I see over there in the live chat right now? There's Rebecca. There's April. There is Wayne. They did not change the boost to $300. They did not. Everything is staying the same. Nothing in the bill is changing other than the phase out of the $1,400 doesn't concern you. Nothing is changing. You can hear a lot of crazy stuff coming from the other side of the political spectrum today, but it's not happening. Hey, Wayne, what's going on? There's Crystal, Mr. Dale, and Lorena and Crystal and Danny. There's Jana. There's Monica Parado. And there's Janice Adams and Betty Thomas. And there's Norma and Crystal and Kylie. And there's Woody Cressman. And there is Mona, and there's Kathy, and then Jimmy, and NH, and Monica, and there's Quintero. Gracias, Quintero, for the super chat. The Dancing Bear. There's Dennis. There's Betty, and John Thompson. And there's Brian, and there's Sandy King, and Monica Prado again, and there's Carol, how are you? Spiritual Makers with Apostle Lisa Graves. How are you? Carolyn Smith. How are you, Carolyn? Diane Davis, and there's Wilbur, and Betty and April. Wow. If you've not hit that subscribe button, hit it right now. This is the day to subscribe to this channel where 6 hours of live programming. This starts noontime. 2 hours of live programming today on this channel in the middle of the day called Noontime from 11 to 1 on the West Coast at 3 hours for East Coast time. Really exciting news. In 30 minutes from now, I'm back with Business Grants, our business lunch that goes over all the money you can get if you're Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, business grants. At the top of the hour, the big developments from Elizabeth Warren with that SSI developments and the reaction from her fellow Massachusetts residents. And then after that, a standalone show called SSI on this channel. That's what you have for this 2 hours. There's Alicia with the massive dancing fair. How are you, Alicia? Thank you. So hit that subscribe button. Take this video. This channel's on fire. If you have not seen, this channel launched a week ago today with this new live programming format. Biggest subscriber growth in 3 weeks. The numbers this morning are astronomical on this channel. So keep it up. Don't leave me. I'm going to feel lonely if you leave me by afternoons, LA. We're just coming up in 2 hours. So don't leave me. Let's keep these numbers going all day long. Huge numbers. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is your $14 third stimulus check bill is on the Senate floor. Voting today. Voting continues tomorrow. It's called Vote-A-Rama. That's that group that had those flared jeans with the tie-dye shirts in the 70s. They're now in the Senate. It's called Vote-A-Rama. Did you get their last album that came out on 8-track tape? It was wonderful. Back in the Vote-A-Rama. Politico explains what's going on today. The Senate's headed for a marathon voting session meant to influx the maximum political pain. Set to start midday Friday. The ordeal's called Vote-A-Rama. Is best despised by members because it's sleepless nights of fumes just to pass a bill, likely Saturday, but there's no way to get around it. It's not like they're always asleep. They're always asleep. They're just asleep in prime time today. It's called Vote-A-Rama. And the Vote-A-Rama further was detailed by Chuck Schumer today. It would be so much better if we could do it bipartisan way, but we need to get it done. We're not going to make the same mistake again. In other words, here's some Red Bull. Stay awake. The legislative endurance run, which allows any member to propose a bill, just goes on and on and on. Once the Vote-A-Rama is done by Saturday, Senate Democrats will pass the bill with VP Harris, who is right here, casting the tie-breaking vote. She's number 51. The amended bill will then go back to the House, which will approve the bill, and then it's off to this, the Oval Office, signed into law. You're never ready for a Vote-A-Rama, but you got to be prepared for it, says Richard Selby, Senator. I got to tell you, this might be your first ever Vote-A-Rama, but get ready for it because you're going to have another Vote-A-Rama later in about May. What's that? Forced stimulus. Yeah, if you're just joining this channel, I detailed today that the forced stimulus package is coming in May, and they're going to have to do the same darn thing again, reconciliation, because they ain't going to get any Republican votes. It's going to be Vote-A-Rama again, and and I will be with you for that fun. Who else is here? There's Jimmy, and there is Dawn Widow. Thank you. You're always on top. There's Gail Kramer, and there is Curtis, and there's Sharona. Monica Prado, my fiance Troy, says thank you for all the information you give us. Well, I appreciate that. Hello, Monica, and hello, Troy. I'm going to give you more information, actually, starting right now. The information is that the Treasury yields went higher today, and those Treasury yields impact your forced stimulus. Why did they go higher? They went higher because of the jobs numbers. Wall Street awoke this morning to the new jobs numbers. They came in at 370,000 new jobs created in February. Again, 379,000 jobs were created in the month of February. This is slightly higher than they expected. Okay, unemployment improved a little bit, 6.2 instead of 6.3, not much change. But here's the numbers. There is 8.5 million, let me see you face to face, 8.5 million fewer jobs today than a year ago. This is not good. Analysts say that if you added 500,000 jobs a month. This in February we had 379,000. If you added 500,000 a month to get back 8.5, you could do the math. 17 months. So 17 months it may take if we have massive job creation of 500,000 a month. We only did 379 last month. It takes 17 months for us to get back to normal. What does this mean? Translation for you? We're not only going to have forced stimulus, we may have fifth and sixth. Janet Yellen's promise to the American people, my promise to the American people, and that's Janet Yellen, your Treasury Secretary, and here is Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, his promise to the American people is that until we have reemployment back to prior pre-pandemic levels, we need to still have stimulus. So what I want you to understand now that we're already 12 minutes into this video, is that even though these job numbers are, they're good, that we have a long way to go. And that while forced stimulus may be in May, not July, more about that later on this channel within the hour, that's not going to cut it. We're going to have stimulus after stimulus because you will have vaccinations, but you won't have jobs. That's where we are across the country. What do the numbers say? And what does this mean for your forced stimulus? It means that forced stimulus will be coming in May, but it won't be enough. Now, third stimulus, let's go back to third stimulus for a second here. You're getting a $14 stimulus check. The vote will be in the Senate today. The vote will be in the Senate tomorrow. Could be law as early as tomorrow because it goes back to the House, then to the President's Oval Office desk. And then the checks could go out as early as Monday. They're not going to send out checks on a Saturday. So it could go out as early as Monday. Some viewers may get the check within that first 24 hours, but it may go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So viewers will start to get checks starting next week if Janet Yellen follows the path of Steve Mnuchin, which presumably she would. All really great news. But the better great news is that most viewers of this channel who make less than $49,000 will qualify for about $5,000 additional under the third stimulus check package. You'll qualify for rent if you're behind on rent, utilities, food, internet, and that's just a start. And that's about $5,000 on top of $1,400 stimulus check. Now, if you got a child, then guess what? That child, 5 years to newborn, is getting a $5,000 stimulus check. It starts with a $1,400 stimulus check that comes with yours, and then they're going to get $300 a month starting the month of July for 12 months per child. If the child is 17 to 6, you'll get $3,000 plus $1,400, and the $3,000 again. $250 a month starting the month of July for 12 months. If you got a college student, that college students will get $1,700 of financial aid plus $1,400. If you're a hazard pay worker, $1,500 if you make less than $25,000 2019 plus a $1,400 stimulus check. And then there's more. Now, all those monies let me back up. The stimulus check, automatic, very, very fast. That's the good news. The children's check, you just heard, you get your children's check, the $14 with yours. It's very easy. But the $300, that's the month of July. We're in March. Yeah, you got to wait to July for that. Those other things, they don't come right away. EIDL, it's the next fastest item in the third stimulus package, and that's about 14 days out after it becomes law. So what do? You stay with me for Purple. Thank you, David, for becoming a Purple Hawk. You join me for Purple, the last show every day on this channel. It's also on Mornings at Lalate. I show you how to get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 money right now because I don't want you being dependent upon the arrival date of a check. You're not going to be tracking checks anymore on this channel. In 2020, that's what happened before this channel existed. People were dependent upon the day in which the first stimulus check came. It didn't come when they thought. Not going to do that anymore. You're going to be cashing checks, not tracking checks. Right after this, business grant show. I'm going to show you how to get money right now if you're Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, plumber, electrician, truck driver. I'm going to show you how to get money right now. Then at the top of the hour, SSI and SSDI. So I'm showing you how to get money on the come, not after the fact. Let's cut back to what's going on across the land. Across the land, Wall Street has been very jittery after it saw these job numbers. The job numbers showed that leisure and hospitality added 335,000, bar and restaurants added 286, hotel-related industries like gambling and recreation added 33,000. We're seeing great opportunities within service sectors. We anticipate weather continues, the hospitality will start to improve, says Amy Glasser, SVP at Adecco. And today's jobs numbers are positive. While the labor market has a long way to make up, we're still in a different place than we were a year ago, says Tony Bedikian at Citizens Bank. Remember, 8.5 million less jobs are available now than a year ago. And what does this mean for your third stimulus check? I'll have all those details coming up in just a second. But first, here's a little bit about our programming schedule for today and the volunteers. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Late Daily for the excitement of the new LA Late live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LA Late at 9 a.m. Home LA Late returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LA Late.
The 10-year Treasury yield jumped Friday after the February jobs report was released, and the jump did not sit well with Wall Street. Remember, the Treasury yield, which is very important for your stimulus, was at 1% all throughout 2020. Last week, it jumped to 1.5. Yes, that's severe of a jump in 1 week. Then Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, spoke on Thursday, and his comments caused Treasury yields to jump to 1.6 for a short period of time. Today, they were at 1.617 earlier. again surging. But now Wall Street has settled down, and Dow's up 400 at the moment. NASDAQ in the positive range as well. How are you? It's noontime, Lalate. One viewer in the chat during the break said, "What if my husband recently died? Do I get her stimulus check? Have rules changed?" No rules have changed. Literally nothing has changed on stimulus check except phase out, which I don't really cover that much on this channel. If you're $75,000 or less, 2019 earnings, you're getting a stimulus check, and it's $1,400, not taken out for debt collection, back taxes, child support. That has simply not changed. What did change is the phase out. Usually you would get a stimulus check if you made $90,000, just not $1,400. You get less. They phasing it out earlier, lower, at $80,000 instead of $100,000. Doesn't affect most of the viewers of this channel. That's the only thing that has changed. Nothing else has changed. So the viewer asked, did they change a rule? I heard they changed a rule. They did not change a rule. Now, what I want to make very clear to you is that I don't want you to watch today's vote and tomorrow's vote because it could become complicated to follow. The reason why is you're going to hear people trying to change things. I want you to understand, nothing is getting changed. How do I make it clear? Nothing is getting changed. It's like a bad hairstyle that hasn't changed from San Francisco in 30 years. Nothing is getting changed today. You're going to hear a lot of people trying to say, I want to change this. Just don't even watch it because it could be a little stressful. Some people say, oh my God, that person's trying to change something. No, it's just not happening. Okay, now what is getting changed is not third stimulus, but fourth stimulus. If you did not join me earlier today, let me explain what is happening. What is happening is that Democrats that gave their vote of support for the third stimulus package now realize that for the third stimulus package, now realize that when the fourth stimulus package is introduced, it'll have to go by reconciliation again. Pretty easy. Same process. And again, the president needs 50 votes. Well, that 50 votes means literally every 50 Democratic senators. And now those Democratic senators are using that as leverage. And this week they said, guess what? When you return to us for fourth stimulus support, which could be no less than 4 to 6 weeks away from now, we're going to demand reoccurring multiple stimulus checks. Yes, this is huge. It's huge for a certain series of reasons. One, because it's recurring multiple stimulus checks. It's just sort of obvious why that's so good. What's also really good is that the Democrats are starting to play dirty with themselves, which I had hoped they would have done a long time ago. They're basically saying, you need us, so guess what? We're going to make a deal. You want our votes next time? You got to do what we want. We're not giving you the vote. Number one, multiple stimulus checks, or we're not giving the vote. Number two, is there a number two? There is. Ron Wyden told a viewer of this channel and other viewers yesterday, Danielle, in a chat on his website, that he would support FPUC Retro. FPUC Retro refers to unpaid FPUC for the month of July to December. He says, I don't have enough Democratic senators to vote in favor of it. Guess what? It can still be paid retroactively under the fourth stimulus package. Purple Power, do your thing. Get those other Democratic senators to push for FPUC Retro in the fourth stimulus package, just like they're pushing for MSC. One of the people in the chat said, how much for the multiple stimulus checks? Understand, when I don't say a number, it's because there is no number. They didn't say. People always assume that I'm not saying something because I left it out. I'm not saying it because it wasn't mentioned. It's as simple as that. You think I would have mentioned it's $2,000 a month? Yeah, I would have said it right away if they had said $2,000 or $1,600. I would have said it right away. They didn't say it. They left it blank. They did not say the number. The last one is the exciting news from this person, Elizabeth Warren. And her exciting news is coming at the top of the hour at 12 noon. 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with a doubleheader. The top of the hour, the headline news on Noontime Lalate, and at 30 minutes thereafter, thank you, Charnette, 30 minutes thereafter is our standalone SSI show. You can't miss it. Everyone welcome Charnette to the family. How are you? What's going on? There's Mr. Dale, and there's Jenny Friedman. And there's Jenny, and there's Jessica, there's Sharon, and Liza, and Sherry, and Lorena, Janice, and Carolyn, and Ira, and there's Dory. Are you all going to join me in 5 minutes from now? I hope you do, because I have for you our Business Grand Show. Noontime continues with Business Lunch, and then I'm back at the top of the hour with Headline News and Elizabeth Warren, and then at 30 minutes after that is our SSI show. But coming up next is our Business Lunch show. To recap, your $1,400 third stimulus check bill is on the Senate floor now for a vote-a-rama. The vote-a-rama starts today. Oh, it's already started by now. It's on the Senate floor. It will continue to tomorrow. It'll finish tomorrow. It will pass the $14 third stimulus check bill without any other revisions that you have heard from on this channel. Nothing else, no other changes. It's passing. Then it goes back to the House, where it is voted upon presumably as early as tomorrow, then off to the President's table to sign into law tomorrow. Congratulations. Done. The $14 stimulus check will go out next week. Viewers will get it. Some viewers may get it in the first 24 hours. Others will get it the day after. Electronic receipt first, and then other people thereafter. Now, there is business grants available right now, right today. If you're an Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, truck driver, electrician, plumber, nail shop owner, hairdresser, join me on the video coming up right after this. The other breaking developments across the board is that Treasury yields surged their highest level in over a year as the new the new payroll numbers came in. They were good, but it shows that there's nearly 8 million less jobs in this country than a year ago. And at 8 million jobs, even if you add 500,000 jobs a month, you can do the math. It would take 17 months to be back to full reemployment of this country, meaning that this country's impact from COVID, and actually I had another quote that I didn't go over. I'm going to go over it in the next show. The quote says that the unemployment conditions of this country may continue into 2022 unless something else happens. That something else is not fourth, but fifth stimulus package. I'm so excited for you. Are you excited? I am. More excitement continues in just 3 minutes. Jump into the next video. It's the business grants. Thousands of dollars could be yours. Stay of LA for more.